welcome back. Good
Welcome
evening.
back.
Happy Monday. My name is Tan. I'm here with my co-host.
Coach said we in the building, y'all. What's this, week 7?
Week 7?
Week 7. Meet us in the trenches, baby.
We
keep
in there.
rolling.
We in there.
We in there. So how was your 2-week hiatus?
So my 2 weeks was great. I worked, of course. This past weekend, of course, I went back home to New York. Unfortunately, it wasn't for something great. I had to go to a funeral, so I wanted to send my condolences to Ralphie and his lovely kids. They lost their wife, Wanda, a great friend of mine, a great friend of my mom's. Knew them for years.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was really sad. Ralphie and I even had a show way back when called Speak Your Mind. So shout outs to him. And my heart goes out to everybody. Holidays coming up, so are you ready for Christmas?
Yeah, I'm ready, but that's a time where I know we touched on mental health.
Yes.
And so, you know, a lot of your loved ones it's not as fortunate as some of us are. You know, you might want to, check on them and make sure they're fine, because that mental health hit hard around this time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about with, the holidays coming up and people losing their loved ones. And I just feel like when people want to take pictures, take those pictures. If people want to record those TikToks, record that TikTok. A lot of people hide, like our sisters, our mothers, our grandmothers. Just grab them in, get them in that video so we can make those memories. It's really, really, really important to make those memories.
Yep.
You never know. Life is short. Just have fun. Even not on holidays, every day. Have fun.
Yeah. Shout out to my 2 brothers. They was born exactly a year apart on today. So shout out to Andre, who rest in peace, and my other brother, Kenneth Drummond, a.k.a. Boo Boo. I love you, man, and enjoy your day today. But I was looking for a lot of pictures, from my brother Andre, and couldn't really find a lot. So it was very poignant of what you said in reference to, the memories. Because we kind of
tell people you love them every single day.
Absolutely.
Just remind them, check on them. Check on your loved ones. It's really important.
Yep. So let's start with our black fact today. Today, Deacon Jones, David Deacon Jones, was born today. Jones was born on December 9th, 1938 in the small town of Eatonville, Florida, just 6 miles out of Orlando. Playing for the Los Angeles Rams from 1961 to 1971, Jones and his 3 defensive line teammates were dreaded throughout the league as the fearsome foursome. For his daunting plays against offensive players, Jones was given the nickname Secretary of Defense. Flamboyant both on and off the field, Jones claimed that he adopted the nickname Deacon because nobody ever would remember a player named David Jones. So he went by the name of Deacon.
Why? Because the name is so popular, so well known.
He was tough though.
December 9th.
Yep.
Wow. Sagittarius.
Yes.
Like my mama. Shout out to my mama.
And my son. My son was
Sagittarius.
My son's birthday was Saturday. Shout out to Grump.
Yes.
Happy birthday, son. Enjoy it.
When we were speaking of the black fact, I said, Ma, I need a black fact for tonight. She said, it's me, baby. And I was like, what? Shout out to my crazy mama. Shout out to my niece. Thank you guys for coming. And thank you all for tuning in.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
December 21st.
Oh, December 21st.
Coming up.
So it's an early B-Day.
Yep, she get a birthday present and a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Greedy over there.
So any current events? So let's, what about this? Just want to touch on it a bit. Allegedly, this guy who murdered the CEO guy. Explain that to me.
The CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, was gunned down outside of a Midtown Manhattan hotel while on his way to attend his company's annual investor conference, which I think is actually insane. I feel like that sounds like it was definitely planned to me, because he's on his way to a conference and he just gets killed. It just doesn't this is a very deep story. I was actually looking into it. It's a lot of details. Apparently, they found the person, allegedly.
Yes.
And they were saying that the person is from Maryland. And I'm like, what? No. Yeah. But I saw the video, and I saw the person's face. However, they didn't look the same to me, so I don't know. They said his name is Luigi Mangione, and he's 26 years old.
And supposedly went to Gilman High School. I hope that's...
I mean, the faces didn't match to me, but, you know, hopefully more truth comes out, and my condolences to his family. I think that's awful. A lot of people, it's a horrible tragedy, but it also kind of shows the extreme that some people will take these measures when it comes to a loved one's health.
Yes.
Because a lot of things now, like medications and certain things, we have to pay for them. We have to pay for them for our moms. If you're getting, if you have cancer and you need treatment, you have to pay for these things. It's very expensive. So I think it's really, really important to really just look into that.
Yeah, and, show us some grace, right?
Yeah. They don't show any grace.
Yeah, they don't show. It's just so hardcore.
So it's a very horrible tragedy. My condolences. However, these things really need to be looked into.
Yeah, and I'm a big, current event. I'm a big Michigan fan, so we beat Ohio State this week. That was real big. We knocked them out at the number 2 ranking.
Okay.
Yeah, look at TJ. It's like that Poly City rivalry, right? It's real big. So congratulations to them to them Wolverines.
Okay.
So let's give a shout out to our sponsors.
What do I know about what? Michigan and Ohio State. What do I know about them?
Nothing.
Not very much, but you can teach me. Did I scare you?
Okay. Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's the New York in me, my bad. Yeah, I apologize.
No, I was joking.
Yeah, teach me a little bit. Teach me something.
Okay. So this rivalry been going on for years, like since the 1800s, when they play every year. So it's like a real big rivalry in the collegiate world, similar to the Poly City game, City Poly.
I know something about that now.
Yeah. So it's like supposed to be the biggest collegiate rivalry football-wise in the country. So it's pretty big. It's pretty big.
I think you said it wrong, though. It's City Poly.
You sure?
Not Poly City. It's City Poly. I learned that.
But you didn't go to either.
I learned. I was there.
Yeah, but you was in the city crowd. So if you was in the Poly
I seen
crowd,
it happen.
Like,
I talked to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I witnessed a lot of things at this game.
Oh, wow.
It was intense.
Yeah.
But I want everybody to make sure that you tune into follow us on YouTube if you don't already, on Facebook, on Instagram at Meetusinthetrenches. We're live every other Monday. Click that bell.
Yes.
Get those notifications.
Yes.
And shout out to our sponsors as well. Of course, we're here at Moe's Seafood.
Moe's Seafood.
Brainstream Media. Tone Drone TV. Union Media Group. And Play It Again Sports Timonium. Shout outs to all of our sponsors. And I think I need to get me something to eat, something to drink after the show.
Yeah, get you something.
Our mission focuses on showcasing local and global talent of all ages on and off the field. We will strive to inspire, educate, and bridge the divides through our media collaboration. Our goal is to give student athletes and coaches the platform to let their talents be seen and a platform for the community to let their voices be heard. This is the Union Media Group.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone. You know I'm going to pick the Mace version. Welcome back.
Oh, the version, man. Come on.
All right, I'll go with that version with you today.
All right, cool. But, hey, we got, well, actually, it was the first year of girls, women flag football, the inaugural year. And we got the runner-ups in the building. We got Coach Mark Falcon and his girls. We got Ronnia and Rocio. So my first question is, I just want to know, Coach Mark, how was it coaching them? So is it similar to coaching boys football? Is it similar to that, to like coaching tackle football? Explain that to me. Like, how was practice and how would you go about coaching them?
It's a little different than. This is a little different than coaching boys football tackle. I mean, of course they want to tackle, but it's flag, so they just got to be taught the game and be familiar with the game. It's definitely different. They more key to not making a lot of mistakes. They want to do everything over and over again until they get it right. Versus sometimes with the boys, they'll just do it and get it over with. But if they do something and it's not right, they want to go back and make sure it's right. Coaching, I don't know, it just happened. I don't think we was going to eventually do flag football. And then I was just like, they kept asking me, come on, coach, coming in the classroom. So I said, all right, I'll do it. And then Rocio led the way, her and Ronja, and we started in August. And we had that first go-around at Raven Stadium. And it didn't go well. I think the moment for them was kind of like too big.
Lights was too bright, right?
Yeah, the lights was bright. We we went against Resident Floors and we just was out of sync. But their mindset and attitude after it was over, like they didn't, they ain't want to lose. So they was upset. So they felt like we needed more days. And then when we had that first game against Emerson, it showed that having more practice and understanding, they won their first game and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool.
So tell us, give us your name and what position you played.
My name is Rocio, and I first played quarterback, and now currently wide receiver.
Oh, wow.
My name is Ronja, and I played cornerback and wide receiver.
Ooh, 2 DBs. You ain't bring no offensive lineman here. Yeah.
I love that we have the ladies up here. What inspired you both to start playing?
I've been thought about it since my 11th grade year. I really thought that it was a sport that brought fun to like girls, young girls like me in life, and I personally liked it. It was I feel like I found my way in a lot of ways with the sport, and I just loved it.
Same question?
Yeah, same question.
What was your question? Repeat your question.
So what inspired you to start playing?
What inspired me to start playing, like last year, it came into mind. Like they was going to have a flag football team, and me, I'm really into sports. Like I play a lot of sports, so I was like, this is good for a new experience. Yeah.
So I've also heard that, I think I saw it on your page, right, where you had 2 girls now because it's going major collegiately, right? So you have 2 girls that just got offers to play at the next level?
So the interesting story was we made it to play at the Raven Stadium, so they take the top 2 teams that's in Baltimore City, which was us and Dunbar. We played Dunbar in the championship game. We didn't come out on top, but we still got a chance to advance and play in the state tournament. and we played Boonesboro in the first round, and we ended up losing 27-26. But the way they just came out and like just going blow for blow, punch for punch, like you say, like that Michigan Ohio State route, like that's how it was. Like, you know, they scored first, and then we answered, and then we kept going, and then, you know, it fell a little short, and then at the end, the coach from Marymount University was there, and he was like, "Coach, I like your girls. I want to recruit them." And I told him, "Sure." And he was like, "Well, I can wait to talk to them." I said, "No." I said, "This is life." I said, "They got to be able to do multitask. I understand they hurt right now, but this is an opportunity for them." So walked them to the locker room and brought all of them out. And Ronya, Rocio, and Jasmine are three that got accepted in the school that gave them an offer to play there. So next month we're gonna go up for their official visit.
Man, that's unbelievable. I mean, you getting a chance to go to college for free to play a game that they just brought out here. Like, I mean, it's been around a while, but to make it official, that's pretty big, man. So what do you think about that?
I think it's cool. I think that's an easy way. Free college from a sport that we just learned, and we hope to develop when we get more to college.
Right. And what grade are you in?
I'm in the 12th.
Oh, wow.
Question?
Yeah.
What grade? I'm in 12th grade.
And what do you think about getting that college off?
I was pretty excited. I really didn't think they had that in college, but overall, I was really excited because I thought I was never going to see the sport again since I'm in 12th grade. But I seen that the coach was there, and then he gave me a shot, so I just felt excited and surprised about it and told my family about it, and they was happy too. So it's a good experience.
Yeah, well, when I first saw it on social media, I was like, man, and then coming from my alma mater, man, I was like really proud, man. Like I couldn't believe it. So I immediately called TJ and was like, TJ, we got to get him on, man, and you know, we got to talk about that because that's pretty big. So a couple more questions. You know, Dunbar, I know when I was in school, they were like our rival. Like now in tackle football has kind of dwindled, you know. But tell me, what do you think, Ronnie, about that rivalry? And I know you only got 1 year to bump against them, so I know you're gonna be back next year, right, to watch that rivalry. So now you can tell the girls after you that, look, this is our rival and we gotta beat them. So tell me what you think about that.
What I think about that is, like, you would have thought Emerson was our rivalry, but it comes out to be Dunbar. Me personally, I think when we played them in City Champs, we were the stronger team. It's just we fell short by one, like a 2-point conversion. That's right. It. But I feel like we were the stronger team. So next year, that get back gonna be crazy.
Oh. What do you think about that rival, that Patterson-Dunbar rival? So is it a rival to you? Because it, like I told her, it used to be like a real serious rival, but I know you graduating, right? Mm-hmm. So now you got to come back and tell them girls after you that, hey, look, we got to beat them. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about that?
I agree with Ronnie as well. You know, I don't know. I feel like the get back gonna be crazy though next year, hopefully.
Yeah. What? Anything?
I told Coach B that right now they just holding the trophy. So I told him next year we definitely gonna see him again. But I told him, I said, if we play each other again, I definitely want him to turn the lights on. And we definitely want to go down there and play, and you know, put on a show for the city. But yeah, it's definitely a rivalry. But I got something that a lot of people don't have. That's only a freshman. So. And, you know, we had a great freshman, Amir Thorne, who had 26 total touchdowns and over 1,000 all-purpose yards. So, I mean, I got that another 3 years, and I got a bunch of girls that's putting in the work now that are underclassmen. So it's going to be a tough one.
I also wanted to ask you, what do you think about, like, just women's sports in general. So like we have flag football, we have lacrosse. Like, what are your thoughts on like women's football, and what can you say about that?
I thought playing this year, watching all other teams flag football, I thought it was going to be pretty cool. I said, this is going to be big. Like, this is definitely going to be, the competition level was just out of this world. And it was just that when it came down to games, you just had to be able to make those coaching adjustments to come out. A couple times, I mean, we was down against Emerson early this year, 14-0. We had to dig ourselves out of that one. And, you know, that's like a rival for Patterson. And then we played Western, who was coached by Coach Travis. So that was like a dog fight. We ended up edging them 14-0. But it's definitely a lot of talent. And I think a lot of schools, as far as Marymount, he definitely wants to recruit the Baltimore area heavy because he saw just us in Dunbar, but he know that it's more talent. And me just seeing the other girls around the city, like, it's definitely opportunities there.
So the other sports that you coach, like girls, I'm on like lacrosse, and you had some girls that play lacrosse, right? So tell me about that. Like, and then you won the city championship.
I was close.
Oh, you was close. Okay, so tell me about the girls that's playing.
So the last 2 years, we had a girl come out. She played basketball with Ronya and Rocio, and she come out the gym one day and said, I want to play lacrosse, and I'm just like, sure. I can't tell you no, but she came out, and we had to figure out we needed a goalie, so I put her in there, and then her reaction to it was just natural. And so that when I went from it, she just jumped in there, and she put the work in, and now, in the 2 years that she did it, and now she's at Chestnut Hill University.
So we just want to congratulate you, man, and the girls for, you know, a great season. And once again, like I said, when I first saw it, especially accomplishments in getting a college education, man, that's like super duper huge, man. And I'm so proud of you. And again, coming from my school, the Clippership, this makes me really proud. And I'm proud of Coach Mark. And you know, my phone was blowing up when y'all was going in the championship. Guy, unfortunately, I couldn't catch the game, but you know, I was like, man, like, you know, kind of put that Patterson lightning bolt back on the map. You know what I'm saying? We put the bolts back on the map. It took the girls' flag to do that, right? But we coming back.
I mean, it's one step at a time, but I think for the girls, that moment, for them to actually, you know, watch the Ravens the night before and then come down there the next night, and then you in the locker room and you right across from the Ravens locker room, so they got a chance to go in the locker room, take pictures, and they saw Lamar Jackson nameplate, and they took pictures, and they got to walk out the tunnel and stuff, want you to feel just like them, and then run out the tunnel. So I thought it was really nice that they got to experience that, and I thought the Ravens did a very good job with doing that. So now they want to add, I believe it's like 40 teams now, so they want to do 80. So by 2026, it'll be just like boys football. So it'll be like a state playoffs, and it'll be dropped in the classifications. So the plan for next year is to put the teams into a small classification and then let them go in the playoffs like that instead of doing how they did it this year. So they want to test it out next year. So it's going to be even better next year. So I can't wait. I'm actually excited. So
I have one more question for you ladies to wrap this up. I want to know how your coach has influenced you, and just tell me what you think about him.
Wait, what was the question?
How has he influenced you?
The coach.
Speak into your mic.
I feel like. Can you hear me? I feel like
Check.
he has influenced me in a lot of ways because I really didn't think like they was actually gonna have the sport like in high school, and when I seen him and he talked to us about the sport, it felt like a different like emotion, a lot of emotions and stuff. I didn't think that we could have gotten that far, because a lot of girls don't get that far with sports or in other stuff. And from where I come from, we don't get stuff handed to us. So like when the coach stepped us to us and gave us, treats and all the Raven tournaments and championships, it just felt like a good vibe, a good way to remember stuff and say like, damn, like he actually did this for us. So I really love that for him, and I appreciate all the stuff that he has done to us.
One way I feel like the coach influenced us is like when they found out flag football was first coming out, like nobody didn't want to coach until Coach Falcon stepped up. And he helped the team a lot by coaching, like just putting the girls flag out there, because at Patterson they don't worry about nothing but the boys team, nothing about the girls. You never see nothing about the girls at Patterson. So Coach Falcon stepping up and doing that and helping us get our name out there, like even helping us win division champs just by his coaching, really put a good influence on us. And it helped us get a good experience, like going to the Raven Stadium 2 times, and the second time was more special than the first, because we actually got to go in the locker room and, experience everything. So I think that's how he influenced, and he bought us food, so I think that helped too.
We runners up, and we articulate. That's what I'm talking about. Go Patterson. Yes, indeed.
A student athlete.
So.
I love the influence you have on them. I think this is a beautiful thing. Congratulations to all of you. I can't wait to see what else you have in store for you. But thank you guys for coming. I want to shout out our sponsors again: Moe's Seafood, Brainstream Media, Tone Drone TV, Union Media Group, and Play It Again Sports Timonium. And we'll be right back with our next guest.
Our mission focuses on showcasing local and global talent of all ages on and off the field. We will strive to inspire, educate, and bridge the divides through our media collaboration. Our goal is to give student athletes and coaches the platform to let their talents be seen and a platform for the community to let their voices be heard. This is the Union Media Group.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody, to
Welcome
Meet Us in the
back.
Trenches.
Meet us in the trenches.
Next to me, I have former Baltimore City Council President Nick Mosby.
Thanks for having me on.
How are you doing tonight?
Doing well. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Thank you for coming.
BPI, one of their own, right?
The Baltimore Polytechnic Institute.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question before we get into the. You played for Coach Augie Wobble.
Yep.
So what year was this, and what position did you play?
So I played, I graduated in 97.
Okay.
So I played basically 95, 96. I played cornerback and tailback.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so that other team cross town, was you victorious?
So we lost. No, we won my junior year, 17-7, and we lost my senior year to a fake touchdown to Warren. He was out of bounds at Memorial Stadium. It was the second to last game at Memorial Stadium, Poly City game, and they called it a touchdown over Anton Strong in like the left corner.
Wow. Wow. People always say, how can you guys remember the names and the.
I remember. Bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just in us, man. You know, when you coaching or you playing.
The one game for me that sticks out to us, you know, we weren't really supposed to be that good that year, and I think we went to see Dunbar, maybe the fourth game of the season, and Allie Culpepper, who I went to middle school with, grew up with, knew him since I was little, but he was a star player for Dunbar at the time, really a star player around the state, and we took him in triple overtime. Ooh. Yeah, they wound up winning, but, you know, the whole city didn't expect us to even perform or do nothing against Dunbar that year. We were able to handle our own.
Yeah, well, Augie, man, he was tough. How was he to play for?
I mean, during my years, you know, he got towards the end of his coaching careers. Yeah. So, man, we were still doing 40 blasts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just running it right up the gut.
Yeah.
I mean, we would run four dead-on, you know, runs right in a row, like, and we wouldn't stop it. We would know all our plays for like the first couple series and downs. Yeah. There was really no adjustment at halftime. So, you know, we got a different Augie because the game started to change so much. But, you know, I'm thankful for who he was and what he meant to us. Like, he really cared about us, really cared about the school and taught us what it meant. You know, he's not a Poly grad. He didn't go to Poly.
Right.
But, you know, he definitely had so much Poly pride, and, you know, he put it in all of us. He was also my lacrosse coach. I played lacrosse, you know, all 4 years at Poly, too.
Yeah, Coach Bucky played. He was also on the coaching staff?
Bucky Kimmett, yeah, he was the head varsity coach for basketball, but he was the defensive coordinator.
And you know he's a city grad.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah,
couple of them wound up coming to Poly, but yeah.
I'm learning a lot about
Learning
city
a lot
and
about
Poly
City.
sports. Let me tell you.
You put Poly first, though.
I'm from New York, and I moved to Maryland like 4 years ago, so
Oh,
I'm learning a
wow.
lot. I
Yeah.
attended my first City Poly game, so I'm learning a lot from City.
Did you go to the tailgate?
I did.
Okay.
No, not the tailgate. I was
You haven't
actually.
been to a
I was
tailgate?
not yet.
Oh, you gotta get to a tailgate.
I was on the field, but I gotta attend that.
The thing about the Poly City tailgate, you probably could take that to any other place in America, and you wouldn't be able to replicate, you know, the level of, you know, alums that have come back and just people that have that school spirit. It's all love. It's all peace. We're there for a couple hours, and it's a couple thousand people. So, you know, to see that, it's almost like watching a Tyler Perry movie or something. You know, it's like our high school homecoming almost. Yeah. You know, people literally fly into town to just participate in it. So it's a beautiful day.
All right. I want to know, what do you think your greatest accomplishment in office was, and what led you into being a politician?
Well, I'm going to say something that's relevant to this show, and you guys just talked about it, and that's really trying to drive more parity in women's sports in the high school level. And then, you know, ensuring that there was a budget line item for middle school sports.
Yes.
You know, last year. So that's two of my big legacies of ensuring that, you know, our young folks in middle school have access to sports. You know, if it's not basketball or football, a lot of times they really don't have access until they get to high school. Right. And then they're at a huge competitive disadvantage. Yeah. Well, it's even harder for particularly our girls because the access to sports in middle school, even basketball and whatever sport, is limited. So it's really important to exposing them on an earlier basis. You know, like you said, the goalie that you had The coach at Patterson, he had the goalie that he just threw in there, and she had the natural instinct.
Right.
Imagine we had that young girl when she was in 6th grade, right, with that same natural instinct. So we got to understand and know that, like, sports is an important part of not just getting scholarships, but also camaraderie, leadership, your connectivity to schools. And unfortunately, our girls are so behind the 8 ball because we don't do enough of emphasizing the importance. I have a daughter at Poly right now. She plays varsity soccer. You know, city champs 3 years in a row. Shout out to Poly soccer, women's soccer. But, you know, a lot of girls that wind up there, you know, they go and they play like another school. They don't even have a team.
Right.
And they have to put them all on their schedule, and so they have all these forfeits, or the games are so lopsided. So the city has to really do a better job of ensuring competitive sports are part of our young folks' DNA, because I think it means so much more to them other than just maybe just getting a scholarship, which is amazing and great, but it also has so many other, you know, benefits to it.
Especially with like the transfer portal now, like if you don't teach them young, I mean, they not even going to be looking at recruiting high school kids like that anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what, I mean, we see that in sports now, how the
right.
transfer portal just completely flipped the whole, I mean, you're a quality kid coming out of high school, you looking at D2, maybe D3, you got to get on the field first year to try to figure out how you get in the portal to move up.
Yeah. So the common denominator to that is you got to teach them young, so mentally they'll be prepared. And then not only the practical of it, but the theoretical part of anything. You know what I'm saying?
And Coach, I got so upset coaching 10-10 because I saw it, again, through my daughters, but then talking to other coaches. You know, we would have quality cities teams, but then once we open up and go to the playoffs, we're at a huge competitive disadvantage again because they've been playing real games all season. Man. So when we talk about chemistry, when we talk about being in certain situations, you know, situational awareness, you know, our kids don't necessarily have that when you're like a quality team in the city and, you know, all the other teams are subpar or not even performing, not even playing. So that's why it's really about trying to drive that balance, trying to create more parity, and try to expose particularly our young girls to more sports. So when they go to high school, they're ready to play flag football, they're ready to play soccer, softball, volleyball, and we have real competition through city sports.
Right. Yep.
So again, I mean, you asked me like, just to make something specific to the show. I think that's probably the biggest thing, really pushing the school system to open up sports like flag football in high school, but then also put money and dedicated money in the budget every single year for middle school sports, and we see that across the board. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that was great, man.
I think we're the only major urban district in the country that has citywide middle school sports. Wow. Yeah.
So I'm interested in knowing who was your biggest inspiration. I was actually like on your Instagram and I was looking, I was watching videos. I know you're raised by your grandma, your mom, your daughters, you're surrounded by women. Who is your biggest inspiration? That's a beautiful thing.
I mean, clearly it would be my mother, like hands down. She was everything to me. She was, you know, bought my first baseball glove, even though she bought it for a right hand. She put it. She knew I was right hand, so she brought me a right hand glove. You know, I would show up to practice. Coach had to change it, but you know, it was clearly my mother. She loved football. She loved sports. She exposed me to sports really early. That's why I grew accustomed to loving sports. I would say professionally, it would probably be someone that went to the other school, and that's Kurt Schmoke. Oh. When I was in the 3rd grade, you know, he had he won mayor. Then he had the city that reads campaign. Yep. I played baseball at the Wees. They took all of us to then Camden Yards. And he took a picture with us, like reading to us. Like maybe they selected like 20 kids from around the city. And he's reading to us in a rocking chair in Camden Yards on the field. And that picture is all over all Enoch Pratt libraries at that time, right? So I just looked up to this guy that, you know, I felt like was an amazing leader. I felt like somebody I wanted to be. And that's why, you know, ultimately I started looking down the pathway of getting in politics.
What is some advice that you would give to our youth, maybe like our teenagers who are looking to get into politics?
I talk to folks all the time that are interested in politics. I said, first, you know, if you're interested, you got to be a leader amongst your circle, right? Are you allowing, you know, your peers to influence you to do certain things? Are you stepping up and trying to be a leader in your classroom or in your SGA or in certain clubs or certain groups. If you're out of school, are you active in your neighborhood association? It's really weird to say, like, you want to be in politics, you want to serve the public, and you're not even taking care of home. So that's why I tell young folks, and I tell folks that are interested in politics all the time, like, what's your role in taking care of home? So, at Poly, I was SGA president. At Chinkapin, I was SGA president. So, it followed that track. It followed that course of ultimately what I wanted to do.
I also want to know, what's the difference between city council and Maryland delegate?
So, we have the federal level, that's Congress. Then we have the state level, that's the House of Delegates and the state senators. And then we have the city council. So it's basically the legislative bodies for local, state, and federal. I had a chance of being a delegate for 4 years down in Annapolis, and we set the laws that the state controls. Things like the criminal code, or things like the distribution of money, for roads and stuff throughout the state. Now, on the city level, the city controls other things. We brought local control of our police department back from Annapolis, under my leadership. So now the city controls the police department. But we also do things like, local taxes and other things like that. So it's just two legislative bodies, but based off of the state charter, they give municipalities like Baltimore City the ability to enact certain laws and certain policies and certain things. So based off of that, that's what the city council does.
And what are some of your aspirations now that you are out of office?
I just want to continue to give back. I absolutely love this city. I enjoyed my time, 14 years, in City Hall as well as in the state capitol, But I look forward to just being a regular citizen and supporting my people, supporting my communities the same way I did before, just in a different capacity. So I'm excited.
Sorry, but look, somebody just threw that out there, right? They said if your younger daughter went to the other school, how would you feel about that?
Hey, you know what?
People answer that.
No, I will. People ask me that all the time. I did not influence their applications. I let them, pick what schools they wanted to pick. Poly was first, and luckily they got in Poly right away. So, I'm excited for that. It's kind of strange going back to Poly and seeing some of the same folks that taught me, or walking through the hallways, as a young kid, and seeing my little daughters grow up kind of in that environment. So, again, I got 11th and a 9th grader, and excited for both of them.
Yeah, that was crazy because I was up there for they have the Roger Wren Classic now, which is
Poly versus Patterson?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think this was I forget what year it was. And so I kind of spoke
They
after.
should call it the Augie Wren Classic.
Yeah, well, they could do like that.
Because Wren was the coach of Patterson when I was at Poly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I played for him. I played for him there.
Yeah.
I guess they doing it like that because he coached.
And
at
somehow
both
I
spots.
think Wren was he a mentee of Augie?
Not really. They kind of
No?
not like a mentee, because him and Patrides coached together at City back in like 70.
Wobble and
70.
Patrides, right?
Yeah, no, Wren and
Patrides.
Patrides
Oh.
coached at City College late 60s, early 70s.
And then Wren broke off and went to Patterson.
Yes,
And then he finished up at Poly.
yes.
Oh, wow, got it.
Yeah, and I just went to the school and asked him, was he thinking about retirement? He said, no, I'm gonna finish up here at Patterson. And then I read in the newspaper that he's going over. Then he see me getting off the elevator at the Brian Billick Clinic and asked me to come coach the JV over at Poly, so I did.
Oh, wow.
So he said he wanted to change the program around, so yeah. But I just spoke over there, man, and the point that I'm making is that it was a lot of guys that played for me at that time that's now teachers over there.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Like, I've run into a couple of guys. Like, yo, what you doing over here? You coaching? No, I'm teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, them guys coaching there, it was just different. And them guys were like robots. I mean, they were so smart, but I love coaching at BPI, man. It was awesome. And I would let it go back, but,
Might be a chance. Who knows,
Yeah.
I was going to say, coaches have so much influence over young folks that they don't even really imagine or package up, but they really do. And
Yeah, that's true.
that's why it's important, again, to just get as many of our young folks, whether it's badminton or swimming, I don't care what the sport is, it's really about how can we uplift city sports in a way that we have not put the emphasis on to do. And, that was one of my main focuses when I was on the council.
Yeah.
I'm interested in knowing what's one thing that you love most about Baltimore.
One thing that I love most about Baltimore, I would say, and by the way, you guys didn't give me any of these questions. It's all straight off the dome. We just, in a cipher real quick. But
that's it, baby.
I would say we freestyle here. I would say it's the people.
Hold up, she did though. She got.
Oh, she gave me some questions.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying she didn't give.
No, we never told him anything. Okay. He just came and he's answering.
Okay.
I would say it's the people.
So you didn't get a cheat sheet, is what?
No, I didn't. You know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I would say it's the people and our resiliency. Baltimore folks have been through so much and had to deal with so much, and we constantly are pushing forward and persevering, despite what Fox News or whoever else wants to tell you about the state of our city, the state of our communities, and that's a beautiful thing. Now, when we realize that collectively, that's when things change. Because, we're so normalized in just doing it, like scratching, surviving, doing what we have to do to make it out and continue to push ourselves forward. But when we realize that collectively, that's when we're going to have real power. And, I'm excited to continue to, participate in that and support our communities. So it's our people. It's our kids. You take these young girls and you throw a football in their hand and give them flag football, and immediately they're stars, right? Because that's just who we are. We're so creative. We're so strong. We're so just like the inner spirit of us that just like push forward and push through it. And it's not just in our communities, it's not just in our people. More importantly, it's in our young folks. And that's really about pouring into our young folks. And that's why I'm excited to come participate in the show today.
Wow. I really appreciate you coming on to the show today.
Meet us in the trenches.
It's a pleasure meeting you. You have so many wins for your family. I think it's a beautiful thing. I love how you're such a great inspiration to your daughters. I think it's a beautiful thing. And to young men and women out there as well. Wow.
Thank you, Tan.
I'm inspired.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem.
Well, thank you all for tuning in to Meet Us in the Trenches. We truly, truly, truly appreciate you. Click the bell on our YouTube. Make sure you get our notifications. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. Again, I'm Tan.
I'm Coach Sad. A shout out to our sponsors.
Shout out to our sponsors. Moe's Seafood, Tone Drone TV, Union Media Group, Played Again Sports Timonium. Thank you so, so much. And we will be back in another 2 weeks.
2 weeks.